FBI Director Kash Patel's personal email, photos, and documents linked by Iran-linked hackers. Who's got two thumbs and just spent $600 on the FBI Director's feet pics? This guy. It's the Max Kevin Podcast. Hit my music.
Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin, Max Kevin Podcast.
Hey everybody, it's Max Kevin. That's me. This is my podcast. Sorry for the little couple weeks hiatus there. I had the flu. I had the influenza. I had the flu. Oh, it was terrible. Oh man, I've had the flu for a while now, for like probably 10 years ago. Oh, it was so bad, man. It's so bad. My whole body hurt. I was in pain. You know, I took some medicine. I took some acetaminophen. You know, I hear that's good for pregnant women. I took some acetaminophen there, even though I'm not pregnant. And yeah, it didn't really. You know, the second day I was like, oh god, I should go. You know, so I went to the doctor there. I thought it might be COVID. I thought it might be new COVID. I didn't know what it was. You know, so I was like, can we do one of those tests? So they shoved the little Q-tip up my nose there. The nurse lady's like, she's like, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a little bit. I'm gonna put this thing up your nose, and it's gonna hurt a little bit. You've done this before, right? And I was like, yep. Stick it in, baby. You know, so she stuck the thing in there, you know. And a couple minutes later, get called back to the doctor, and he's like, he showed me the little thing. He's like, you got influenza. All right, here's some medicine. Now give me $50. Yeah, so, yeah, I got this, like, I don't know if you know this. I guess there's a treatment for the flu there. You just, like, inhale this thing. They got, like, this little inhaler thing. You take 8 little puffs on this inhaler thing, and it's, like, antiviral. So, yeah, I was immediately, like, an hour later, I was immediately feeling better there, you know. But still, it still took, like, 5 days. It still took, like, 5 days to start feeling better, and then even like, a week after, like, you know, I got something in my lungs. You know, it's like staying. It's a good thing I went to the doctor. I probably would have developed pneumonia. Oh, I'm definitely gonna die of the flu when I'm old. Oh man, when I'm old, man. I guess my immune system always sucked, but I think it's just getting worse as I get older. Oh man, I'm gonna definitely die of some stupid new COVID when I'm like 80. You know, I'm just gonna be one of the deaths. I got the comorbidities. You know, being bald is a comorbidity. If you think you can survive COVID, well, you better hope you got hair, because if you don't, if you're bald, that's a comorbidity. You're definitely going to die. Yeah, anyway, so I'm finally starting to feel a little better. Yeah, even today. Even though I was able to exercise today, you know, working on my guns. What do you think about these guns? If you guys aren't watching, if you're just listening, you can't see my guns right now. So you just have to, just imagine that they're really big. Just imagine that they're the biggest guns you've ever seen in your life. Oh, God. Yeah, so anyway, I haven't worked out in 3 weeks. So, yeah, I'm not ready for the beach. I'm not ready for summer. We only got 2 more months for summer, right? I got 2 more months to prepare for summer. You better bet your ass I'm going to be ready. You're going to see me at the beach. You're going to be like, oh my God, look at that guy's 6-pack. I've never really had a 6-pack, actually. So it's kind of, I'd like to, you know, I guess I just have to get serious about my, anyway, I guess no one really wants to hear about my life, huh? All right. So let's start talking about the news. Who's ready? I'm ready.
Make jokes about the news. It's time to make jokes about the news. We're making jokes about the news because everything sucks.
All right, we're making jokes about the news. Of course, yeah, as I said in the intro there, you know, Kash Patel, they hacked his email there. You can watch videos of him drinking and dancing. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, you know. If you want to watch Kash Patel getting drunk and dancing and, like, singing, does this guy do anything? Does anyone think this guy does anything? It's like, he's clearly just the figurehead, right? Like, no one actually thinks he does anything, right? Like, oh boy. Oh, this is the world we live in, you know? The FBI director is just like he's an actor. He doesn't have any real responsibilities, you know? He's going to the Olympics, partying with everybody. It's like, hey, dude, aren't you supposed to be like aren't you supposed to be like a detective? Like, what is the job exactly of the FBI director? It's like, you're supposed to actually do like police work, right? Like how did he even get this job? Like, anyway, I don't want to get too political here, but, I mean, I guess everyone's criticizing him for, I guess all he does is he's just like using his job as a celebrity, you know? He's like, hey, I'm a famous person now, right, too? I can go to the parties, right? Let's get drunk and sing karaoke. Yeah, anyway, if you want to, you can buy his feet pics now on OnlyFans. If you want to buy his feet pics, you can see him in his underwear. I'm surprised they hacked his stuff, but there was nothing notable, you know? He didn't have any dick pics or anything on his phone there. I guess that's a good thing, right? Yeah, I mean, he had videos of himself drunk and dancing and singing, but like, no dick pics, no sex pics. Come on, man. Guess he's not partying as hard as we thought, you know? Your life is boring, Kash Patel. I thought you were cooler, dude. You're not even doing any drugs. You're not even recording yourself doing drugs like Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's way cooler than you, dude. When they got his computer there, he had countless videos of himself taking drugs and like, you know, hanging out with prostitutes and stuff. That guy knows how to party. You need to spend more time with Hunter Biden, Kash Patel. Dude, you're boring, bro. I'm not inviting you to my birthday party. Like, if you want to throw a rager with your boys, you know? It's like, who we going to invite? Who's gonna bring the party to us, you know? It's like, all right, well, definitely Hunter Biden. That guy knows how to party. Kash Patel? Nah. You're cut from the list, bro. He's the type of guy that shows up to a rager party and he's like, yeah, I brought some fruitcakes. I bought some fruitcakes and I bought some chips and dip. They're Ruffles. They have ridges. And I bought some sour cream dip. He's like, damn it, Kash Patel. You're supposed to bring drugs, bro. Not goddamn Ruffles. Anyway, next related story there. The OnlyFans owner, Leonid Radvinsky, dies at 43. Oh, this is sad. This is tragedy, man. Died of cancer, 43. I mean, this guy probably, I mean, you know, I don't know if this guy was a, what do you call it, a feminist or whatever, but he probably, you know, he did more to liberate women than, I don't know, who's someone that liberated women? Susan B. Anthony, you know? He did more to liberate women than Susan B. Anthony, this guy. You know, he let women could finally sell their bodies online. You know, they didn't have to go to the street corner, you know? Back in the day before this guy, if you wanted to sell your body, you had to go on the street corner there, you know? But you don't have to do that anymore. You can just take pictures with your phone and put them on the internet. And horny, lonely guys from all around the world will pay you lots of money. You don't even have to show your parts, you know? A lot of guys will pay for feet pics, you know? Or they'll pay for videos of you farting. There's a lot of guys with weird fetishes there, you know? And this guy, he's a true hero. He made it all happen. He liberated women so they could sell their feet pics and fart pics to weirdos all over the world and finally make a living. A lot of these girls that do porn now, they don't do porn to like make money. They do it to get the OnlyFans there, you know? It's like the porn is free. It's the advertisement for their OnlyFans, you know? This guy's a true hero. Leonid Radvinsky. You'll be missed, bro. That's got to be a bummer. This guy, he makes this website that's super popular. Only to die of, you know, money can't cure your cancer, kids, you know? So what's more important in life, you know? Being rich, but dying at 43, or living a long life, long 85, 95-year-old life, but being poor. That's a tough choice, actually. I don't know. Who knows? Life is precious, kids, all right? Even if you're a multimillionaire, inventor of OnlyFans, God can strike you down, all right? So every day is a gift, right? That's why it's called the present. All right, another celebrity death. Another celebrity death. Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris dies. 86. Chuck Norris. Uh, yeah, of course. In my day, he's famous for Walker, Texas Ranger. Of course, he was famous before I was born, even. For doing karate with Bruce Lee. He was making training with Bruce Lee, doing Bruce Lee stuff. Doing movies with Bruce Lee. Walker, Texas Ranger was a great show because he had a gun, but even though he had a gun, instead of shooting people, he would just kick them in the face while wearing jeans. Even though he was a Texas Ranger and he had a gun, he would just kick dudes in the face with his stretchy jeans. Which is kind of amazing that they made jeans that stretched that much, It's got to be tough, You're a Texas Ranger and you're going to the jean store and you're like, "Hey, you got some jeans that have the stretchy stuff in the crotch there? Cuz I do a lot of kicking. I do a lot of kicking dudes in the head. So I'm going to need some stretchy areas in the undercarriage part there, And the scruffy Texas guy at the jean store is just like, "I don't know what you're talking about, all right? We got a bunch of coal miners coming in here buying these jeans. What are you talking about, stretchy parts?" He's like, "Well, I'm a Texas Ranger, okay? And, I'm trying to keep the death count low, so I don't shoot guys. I just kick them in the head. So I need stretchy jeans, all right?" There's a great movie with Chuck Norris. It's called Sidekicks. This movie came out when I was a little kid. It's kind of like the Karate Kid, basically. It's kind of a ripoff of the Karate Kid, and it has that blonde guy that also died. What's his name? It's I forget his name. Something. He was in Sequest. Anyway, he also died, but yeah, he died young. He was in his 20s. But anyway, it's like a Karate Kid ripoff there. And this kid, he has asthma. I related to that movie because I also had asthma. And so he's trying to learn karate, and he has these fantasies where him and Chuck Norris are taking on ninjas. And who's the villain in that? Is it, what's that guy's name? I want to say, what is his name? I forget, but it's a movie called Sidekicks. There's this great scene. Where the kid goes to the karate school there, and he says something like, I want to learn karate like Chuck Norris," and the teacher guy's like, "Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris?" He's so pissed off. It's like, "Let me tell you something about Chuck Norris. I fought him. I beat him." It's great. That's a great movie. Sidekicks. Anyway, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. You're a great, and of course he influenced lots of internet memes there. A lot of jokes, a lot of people saying, Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the earth or something like that, or I don't know. The earth moves around him, or I don't know, something something like that. Yeah, there's a lot of great jokes about how manly Chuck Norris was. I mean, he's just got a great manly name, Chuck Norris. They don't name kids like that anymore, They're naming kids like Aiden, Braden. I want to name him Aiden, but we're going to spell it Aeinderz. Yeah, Chuck Norris. What a manly name. What a manly name. What a manly man. Kicking dudes in the head with his stretchy pants. He'll be missed. Watch that movie Sidekicks. It's great. It's awesome. All right, let's see what else we got in the news here. Let's see. Okay, research points to how companies could make social media less addictive for teens. Hey, I got an idea. How about just, if you're a good parent, you don't let your teenager use that shit, all the parents agree, your kids shouldn't use drugs and alcohol, right? Well, I mean, basically, these things are more addictive than drugs and alcohol, and they sap kids' motivation, Yeah, this is what I just started my classes for my university students this week there, My first lecture there, I give a little lecture on dopamine. I'm like, "Hey, kids, I know English is not your first language, but do you know what dopamine is? And so I open a little Wikipedia article. I open it in Japanese, showing dopamine. I'm like, this is dopamine. This controls your motivation. And when you use your phone and you're checking your likes and your comments and all that crap, you lose your motivation to do anything, You get fat lazy fuck syndrome. You just look at your phone and like, no one's liking my post. I shared. And I've been commenting and no one liked, And it's all useless. It's all completely useless. It's just a goddamn waste of time. Social media is a goddamn waste of time. All right? That's what I would say to my kid. But I hear these kids growing up now, it's like they have to do it or they can't make friends or get laid or whatever, It's like, really? I don't know, dude. Doesn't matter. I mean, wouldn't you be the cool kid if you didn't have social media? I think that would be, like you go to the high school, And you're like, oh, that's Steve over there. He doesn't do Instagram, bro. That's sick, bro. That's chill, dude. He's so cool. Like the cool kids, they don't need that stuff, right? That's the definition of being cool, is that you do stuff that the other kids don't do, That's what makes you cool. You're independent. You're 16 years old, Timmy. What are you going to post on Instagram that anyone gives a shit about, all right? You need to hit the books. Social media. Anyway, yeah, I think there was some other story where some parent sued Facebook for like making their daughter addicted to Instagram or whatever. It's like, well, that's not Facebook's fault. That's your fault for being a bad parent. You can't just sue a company because you're a bad parent. Why don't you just take away your daughter's phone there, Yeah, you're the parent. You could just stop paying the internet bill. You can just sue people for bad parenting now? Anyway, let's go to our next story here. Let's see what else we got here. The teen daughter of North Korean leader Kim drives a tank while observing drill with her father. Ooh, that's how they do it there in North Korea. You can imagine, this chick, she's like learning to drive, It's like, Daddy, what are we gonna do? I want to get my learner's permit. I just turned 15. I want to get my learner's permit. What do you have? Can we have a car? Can I practice in a car? You have a Mercedes Benz? He's like, well, I think it's best that you try the tank. Let's do parallel parking in the tank. And if you see any people that are not worshiping us, you could just blow them up with the tank. Okay. She starts driving the thing, She's like running red lights with the tank. I guess it's in North Korea. There's basically no one on the road anyway, There's some poor people she runs over, It's just like, oops. Am I gonna still get my learner's permit for that? It's like, it's okay. I'm the dear leader. So it doesn't really matter how many people you kill with this tank. You'll still get your learner's permit. In fact, you don't even need to take the test because the people that giving the test are too afraid to say no. It's good she's learning. It's good, Like, it can't be easy to drive a tank. Like, someone had to teach her to do that, right? Just driving this tank around. That must have been a fun daddy-daughter day, It's like, Daddy, it's my birthday. Can we go to Disneyland? It's like, well, that's in another country, so would you settle for tank driving lessons? We can shoot the tank, what are they called? The tank shells? We can shoot the tank shells at some poor people's houses. They don't have food, so we can just blow them up with the tank. Anyway, must be fun. That must be a life. I wonder if it's fun being Kim Jong-un's daughter. Probably not. I'd guess no. Okay, let's go to our next story here. We got the TSA wait times. I don't know if you guys have been traveling. Apparently, the wait times at the airports are getting longer. Oh, the TSA. Oh, there's a TSA shortage. They lost their funding. For the kids watching this, I don't know if you guys know this, but 25 years ago, there was no TSA. They just didn't exist. Yeah, it was awesome. Of course, we had 9/11, but yeah. I don't think that mistake will. I don't think the TSA is stopping any more 9/11s. All they do is just harass everybody now, make you go through the cancer screening machine. Metal detectors aren't enough anymore. You got to go through the cancer machine. Last summer I went to the USA. I had to go through that cancer machine there. And they're like, oh, the scanner picked up something in your crotch, so we're going to have to feel you up, So okay, I had absolutely nothing. There was absolutely nothing. But for some reason, the cancer scanner picked up something in my crotch area, right? Which means the machine is completely useless, right? Like, if I had nothing there, there's absolutely nothing there, and this machine is picking something up. Well, that means it doesn't work at all. What was it picking up my balls? Is that what it was picking up? Yeah. So anyway, this guy had to basically sexually assault me there. This dude, he's just like casually sexually assaulting me while he's talking to his other TSA friend next to him. He's like doing the rub down there, grabbing my balls. It's like, all right, dude, this is your job, huh? You get paid minimum wage to sexually assault people. Okay, if you're like a sociopath, a psychopath, there, I think being a TSA agent is probably the job for you, because you could just feel up people all the time for no reason, And of course, maybe some guys aren't into feeling up other guys, but some guys are. There are some guys that are gay, and there are some people that are sociopaths and psychopaths, and there's the percentage, there's 5% of people that are psychopaths and sociopaths, and maybe 10% of people that are gay. So that's like 0.05%. That's like 0.5% of people that are gay and sociopaths that will definitely get a job at TSA, so they can feel people up for no reason. Oh, I'd rather have a woman do it, to be honest. I don't want another man feeling my balls. I'd rather have a woman do it. For obvious reasons. Of course, maybe the woman probably doesn't want to do it, but hey, that's your job, okay? You signed up to be a TSA agent because you got no skills. You can't work anywhere. Like, anybody who signs up to a TSA agent, that's like their last choice of a job, right? Like, they obviously cannot do anything in private society, right? So oh god, these TSA, they're all so useless. They're all so useless, and they all have so much power, and they're all like the worst people in society. So we set up this agency for the most useless people in society, and we give them all kinds of power. Like, this guy's feeling me up, after the machine detected something when there's nothing. After this $1 million machine that doesn't work at all, this dude's feeling me up. What was I talking about there? I can't remember exactly, but we should definitely abolish the TSA because it's useless. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about that. Do we have any other news stories? No, I think that's it for the news stories. You know what that means. It's time for Hot Nerd Talk.
Hot nerd talk. Don't tell any women. Oh, hot nerd talk. Don't tell any women. Hot nerd talk.
All right, if you remember the rules, the only rule of Hot Nerd Talk, don't tell any women about this. All right? You better not tell any women, especially good-looking ones. I guess if they're really ugly and fat, you can tell that woman because it doesn't really matter. But if they're good-looking, don't tell them. You can only tell fat women that are unattractive about Hot Nerd Talk. But maybe even now that I think about it, maybe don't even tell them because they can probably tell their hot friends how nerdy you are. And then no one will want to bang you. So definitely don't tell any women about this. Okay, I go back to the original rule. Don't tell any women. All right, first story where we got the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Oh, it's getting bad reviews there. Nobody thinks it's a good movie because it's basically made for little kids with ADD. They can't hold their attention for more than 3 seconds. Yeah, of course my posts on the Instagram there, on the social media there, the most important is if they watch more than 3 seconds. These kids these days on the social media, they can't hold their attention for more than 3 seconds. Even 8 seconds is too long. 3 seconds that's the time limit. In this Mario Galaxy movie, that was made directly for those kids. It was made to be, a rainbow diarrhea on your eyes at 3 second intervals. There's probably, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm guessing there's no scene that, there's no, what do you call them? There's no cuts. There's no cuts longer than 3 seconds. I'm sure they're shifting every 3 seconds. Anyway, I kind of want to see this movie, to be honest. I really like the first one, even though that one also got bad reviews. I mean, it was entertaining. It was a visual spectacle. It was something that would probably be a lot more fun if you were on drugs, but I'm in Japan, so no drugs for me. Oh well. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't seen this movie, so I can't really comment on it, but I'll see it eventually when it comes out on the TV. There, I have a 77-inch OLED TV, so I don't really need to go to the movie theater anymore. It's like, oh, am I gonna pay $20 to go see this movie, or I can just wait a couple months and watch it on my 77-inch OLED? Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do. All right, next story. Sony's hiking prices of the PlayStation 5. Oh, inflation. Inflation. Yeah, the PlayStation Pro. They're going up in price. $100. They used to be cheaper. This is the first generation of consoles that is going up in price instead of down in price. Okay, kids. Kids, I don't know if you know this, but economic growth is supposed to make stuff go down in price. As time goes on, things become cheaper. All right? But not anymore. Not anymore. Thanks to central banks printing money. Okay, this is kind of called a hot political nerd talk. All right. There's a large group of people that want to blame rich people and the oligarchs for rich people not paying taxes is what makes prices go up, is what they think, but that's not true at all. And people who think that are dumb, and they've never actually thought about it. They've never actually thought about anything they're saying. They just kind of repeat stupid shit. Like not taxing rich people is why you're poor. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, anyway. This doesn't really affect me because I already bought my PlayStation 5 Pro, and now it has PSSR 2, so it's going to use AI to upscale all my graphics on my 77-inch OLED TV. Oh, what do you got? A 42-inch LCD? Oh, that's cute. Oh, what, you got a Nintendo Switch 1? Oh, nice. All right, well, anyway. Yeah, inflation. Inflation, man. Is that it for Hot Nerd Talk? Do I have any other hot nerd stories? Do you have any other hot nerd stories? No, I guess that's it. I guess that's it for Hot Nerd Talk. Oh, I've been playing this game. Star Wars Outlaws. It's actually pretty fun. I think it didn't do as well as they thought, but it's actually a pretty fun game. I think the one problem it has is the main character is a woman, and Star Wars games are the main audience is men, and everyone it's like kind of like Horizon Zero Dawn, where all of the good characters are women, are like strong women of color who shave their heads, and it's like, hey, don't forget your target audience is men. Okay, I don't think they want every character in this game to be a strong woman of color with a shaved head. All right. I think they should have let you create your character in this game. I don't know why Star Wars Outlaws didn't let you create the character. Like, they could have easily just made it you create the character. I think that would have just that one thing there would have made this game much more successful. Anyway, it's a pretty fun game. Check it out. Star Wars Outlaws. All right, it's time for hot UFC talk.
Hot UFC talk. Hot UFC talk.
All right, we got a stacked card. UFC 327 is stocked, even though the co-main event Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira got canceled there. Well, it didn't get canceled; it got pushed back. I don't know. Maybe I think Josh Van had like a slight injury or something. Not a big injury, but he had to push it back, so it's going to be on UFC 328. We got to wait another month. We gotta wait another month for Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. But even without that, even losing that, this card is still pretty good. Okay, let's just start. Let's just start at the top. Jiri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg. Yeah, this should be a good. I love watching Jiri Prochazka fight. He never has a boring fight. He fights so funny. He fights like a silly boy. No one fights like him. Probably because his style is maybe not that effective. I don't know. You know, he's like Anderson Silva, where he kind of puts his hands down and clowns around there. I mean, he's not even like Anderson, so he has his own style there, where he just kind of moves around, just kind of moves around in random. He's completely random. Like, I guess that's what he tries to do. He tries to like have completely random movements, so you can't read his movements there. You know, he does a lot of baiting where he puts his head forward and like he tries to get the guy to punch him, and then he counter strikes there. But of course, when he fought Alex Pereira, that didn't work so well. But yeah, it's so fun watching him fight there. So I'm hoping he'll win. I get everyone hoping he'll win. You know, Carlos Ulberg. He's got a pretty good record, but he hasn't really fought. Like his best win. Let's see. I don't know. Blachowicz, but Blachowicz is old man. Of course, he knocked out Dominic Reyes like by just blowing on him. Volkan Ozdemir, decision. Yeah, he hasn't really fought anybody. He has a good record. He's 14-1, but he hasn't fought any of the other top guys. Like, he hasn't fought Jamal Hill or Khalil Roundtree or, you know, any other top 5 guys. So, I mean, he does have kind of good fundamentals, which kind of scares me, you know. But I don't know. I just hope I put $10 on Jiri Prochazka, and I'm hoping he'll win just for the fun. It's going to be a much more exciting division, you know. Everybody loves Jiri Prochazka because he's a samurai. You know how he trains for fights? He just locks himself in a dark room for 3 days. That's how he trains for fights. And then he just holds a katana and channels the energy of the ancient samurai warrior. And probably does some steroids too, but mostly channeling ancient samurai warrior stuff. All right, with the co-main event, this one is Azamat Mirzakhanov versus Paulo Costa. Yeah, this guy Azamat Mirzakhanov, I think he's definitely going to fight for the championship belt there. If he wins this one, he'll probably be next in line there. Yeah, this guy's pretty good. I like watching this guy. He's got power too, man. He's got old man Russian power. He just knocks dudes out. And yeah, he's facing Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is just not that good. I think that's the problem. Is this Paulo Costa's first fight at light heavyweight? It is. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, you know, Paulo Costa, they made him move up to light heavyweight because he was a little fat boy. He couldn't make the weight anymore. But he never, I mean, that's not his only advantage was that he was so big. Like, his martial arts is not very good. But Azamat Mirzakhanov, this guy's good, man. He's got very precise punching there, you know? He's got the power. I think this guy could definitely be champion there one day. Hopefully not, because I love Jiri Prochazka. Anyway, I put $10 on Azamat Mirzakhanov. Then we got Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokett. Yeah, Josh Hokett, he's up and coming, new guy. He's only had 2 UFC fights, and I think they were both unranked. So this is his first ranked fight, and it's against Curtis Blades. That's a big jump in competition there, you know. I mean, this guy better hope he's good. This guy better hope he's really good. Thing is, he's got a reach disadvantage. Curtis Blades has a 18 centimeter reach advantage, like a 5-inch reach advantage. And also, this guy's not that big. He's only like 240. So Curtis Blades, man, he's really good there. You know, I mean, he's made a couple mistakes. He's only lost to like championship fights there. You know, he lost to Tom Aspinall. He lost to Francis Ngannou. He lost to Derek Lewis one time there. You know, so he only loses to like power puncher dudes that knock him out. And this guy Josh Hokett, he's never went to decision. He's got 8 finishes, but I don't know his level of competition. It's not Curtis Blades, so I put $10 on Curtis Blades. Let's do it, Curtis Blades. I hope your chin holds up. I hope you don't. I hope you still have a chin. Oh, then we got the glass chin battle here. This is gonna be a great fight, man. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Oh man, both these guys have no chin at all. It's like whoever lands the first punch is gonna win this one. Oh, it's gonna be great. I doubt this is gonna go past the first round there. You know, both these guys have no chin at all. They get knocked out so easily. Johnny Walker, he's got a, let's see, 13 centimeter reach advantage. So that's like what, like 4 inches? Of course, he doesn't know how to jab. Yeah, Johnny Walker always has a reach advantage on all of his opponents, but he never learned how to jab. No one taught him how to jab for whatever reason. Yeah. Dominic Reyes, he's all torso there, you know? He's got no legs and no arms. He's just all torso, like his DNA. Like, which part of our body should we make long? Should we give him long legs or long arms? Or let's just give him a long torso. Maybe he's got a long Johnson there too. I don't know. I haven't seen him naked, but anyway, this fight's gonna be good. Whoever lands the first punch is gonna win. I think it's gonna be Johnny Walker because he's got the reach advantage there, you know. So I put $10 on Johnny Walker. Then we got Cub Swanson, 42 years old, fighting at featherweight versus Nate Landwehr. I thought Cub Swanson retired, but apparently he didn't. His last fight was 2 years ago. This is going to be his retirement fight. He probably should have retired 2 years ago because he's 42 years old, and he's fighting at featherweight there, you know. Yeah, I think Cub Swanson is definitely a better martial artist than Nate Landwehr, but yeah, he's 42, so Nate Landwehr's 37. He's got a reach advantage there. So I put $10 on Nate Landwehr. Let's see what else we got here. On the prelims, yeah, we got Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. This should also be a good fight. Yeah, both these guys are, crowd pleasers. They like to entertain. That should be a fun one there. I put $10 on Kevin Holland. I think he should. Yeah, both these guys kind of have a similar style where they like to try to please the crowd there. I appreciate that. You know, they're never going to be champions, so they just do what they got to do to earn fans and earn some money. I like those guys, so that should be a good fun fight there. Then we got fan favorite Mateusz Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovics. Yeah, Mateusz is 35 now. He's 35. He's past his prime. He kind of lost his mojo. This guy Esteban Ribovics, he's got a decent record, 15-2, but he hasn't really fought anybody. He hasn't fought anybody that good, and I don't know. I put $10 on Gamrot. I'm hoping he'll just use his wrestling. I mean, he could probably beat almost anybody if he just wrestles, but I guess he got the call from Dana White that he'll never get a title shot if he just wrestles. So that's why when he fought Dan Hooker, he didn't wrestle at all and tried to swang and bang with him, and that backfired completely because Dan Hooker's a pretty decent striker, and you should definitely just wrestle him. But instead, Mateusz Gamrot decided to strike with him. Oopsies. So I'm hoping he'll go back to wrestling and give up on his terrible striking and just do what he's good at. I'm hoping that's what he'll do. So I put $10 on Gamrot. Let's see what else we got. Okay, last fight, early prelims. We got Kelvin the Fridge Gastelum versus Vincent Luque. Yeah, this is Luque is also moving up to middleweight there. He's moving up. I don't know if that's a good idea for him. Of course, he kind of also lost his mojo there. His chin's not so good as it used to be there. He had like a brain bleed a couple years ago. He probably should stop fighting. Then, of course, Kelvin Gastelum, who should be fighting at welterweight but can't stop eating Mama's chalupas there. So he's a middleweight. Yeah, I feel like if Kelvin Gastelum puts in any effort, that's the problem. You never know if Kelvin Gastelum's going to show up there, you know, if he's going to put in any effort, or if he's just going to like have extended sessions at the buffet, you know, if he's going to train at all. God, he's looked kind of bad in his last few fights. Like he's just been drinking and eating a lot. And yeah, Luque just looks old and slow, even though he's only 34. You know, he's had a lot of mileage there, you know. So I feel like if Kevin Gastelum takes this fight seriously, he should definitely win. Even though he's like a last minute replacement there. I think Vincent Luque was supposed to fight what's his face? He was supposed to fight Kyle Dawkins, but that got canceled. Kyle Dawkins got injured or something. So now he's fighting Kelvin Gastelum. We'll see. I put $10 on Kelvin Gastelum. Anyway, those are my bets. That's the podcast. All right, everybody. That's it. Show's over. Start political fights in the comments. Yeah, I just had this Instagram video there, you know. Some Chinese guy, some Japanese guy were fighting about politics in the comments there. It was great. They wrote like 20 comments in like 5 minutes going back and forth. That's what I need you guys to do, all right? Start political fights with people you never met in the comments, all right? You'll definitely make a difference in the world. All right, see you later.